Try this one more time. It will not let me go sideways for some reason. And I don't know why. Don't know why that is. Why it doesn't want me to be great this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. Today is Wednesday. Hope you had a marvelous Tuesday. I hope you're ready to get this day started. My name is Jamitra Jojo Water, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Every time I've tried twice to rotate it, and it will not let me rotate. Even before I turn the live on, it won't let me rotate. Do you know something different that I don't know? And then I wasn't expecting to have to hold my phone, so I don't have a stand. And I'm sure I probably look crooked if I do it. Like, do I look crooked, man?
You're sideways.
And then I got a big note on my screen. It says, did it work that time?
Nope.
I'm still crooked. I don't know. It doesn't want us to be great. I wasn't planning on this, so I don't have anything. I don't want to hold my phone this morning. How you doing this morning, Lynn?
Girl, I know I had to hold mine yesterday. That's why I dropped you. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and this will be a quick show today. All right?
Okay.
Let's do that. It'll be a quick show today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. In spite of the technical difficulties, the show must go on.
It must go on, my friends. It must go on.
Obviously, JoJo, you need to be working out, so you got to hold that phone up this morning. Yes? Yes. You got to be still, though. I feel like I'm on the cruise ship.
That's what I'm saying. I move way too much, and I'm trying to put you guys somewhere. See you. Okay. And then I'm pressing buttons I don't need to be pressing. So, okay. Go ahead. Well, I deal with the technical difficulties. You go ahead with our stuff for today.
All right, guys. Our trivia for this morning.
Good morning,
our trivia is coming from, so yesterday we talked about North Carolina and Georgia and some of the crazy laws we have on the book. Y'all, I want you to know this was funny, but it's not funny. So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. But by law in Louisiana, y'all, in Louisiana, who cannot be charged more than 25 cents for a haircut?
Who?
A bald man. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's what they say. It's the law in Louisiana, guys. I don't know what happened. Why is a bald man showing up for a haircut, but he can't be charged more than 25 cents. That's all I'm saying. All right. I don't know. Louisiana must got some good stuff out there.
I'm just saying, girl.
Moving right along, in Alaska, y'all, it's legal to shoot it's legal to shoot bears, but it's illegal to do what? This sounds backwards. This sounds all the way crazy, right? In Alaska, it's legal to shoot bears, but it's illegal to wake one up for a photo.
That one is funny.
It's illegal to wake one up. Kim talking
That's
about
crazy.
it like it's illegal to wake one up for a photo. So y'all, don't go out there.
Don't be taking no pictures with no bears.
Don't go out there and wake him up to take the picture. You can take the picture, just don't wake him up to take the picture. Who does that? You know it's not.
That's all the way backwards.
You know it's not none of us up there in Alaska waking up bears trying to take photos. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. gonna say about that?
I'm just saying.
Right. Okay. So I digress, guys. Please forgive me. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's just the truth. I don't see that happening. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Send me the footage because I need to see it. Right. All right. The quote for today, the Fearless Morning quote, guys. And this is by Lao Cha. I pronounce it. It's actually spelled LaoTzu. Lao Cha. It's Chinese. That is his name. And the quote for this morning is, if you correct your mind, the rest of your life will fall into place.
Is that not what I've been saying, right? for the whole morning show? Thank you. I don't know who you are, sir, but thank you. That's what I've been trying to say.
Yes, if you correct your mind, the rest of your life will fall into place. I mean, nothing else needs to be said. I don't know what else to tell y'all this morning because he hit the nail on the head with that one. And I'm just going to leave that alone. You cannot mess with perfection.
You cannot.
Right?
That's right.
So I'm going to go ahead with our financial confession and conversation this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about that trivia or about those quotes, guys, please leave it in the comments or send it to us. Because it is what it is. There's some crazy things. Make sure you're not waking up any bears to take photos while you're in Alaska. And make sure, what was the other one? The other one was
charge 25 cents for a bald-headed man haircut.
Yes, for the bald-headed men that are getting their hair cut, you cannot charge more than 25 cents in Louisiana. It's the law, y'all. I'm not making it up. Maybe it's changed, maybe it hasn't, but I'm telling you it's on the book. So y'all, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us for this Fearless Morning Show where we are having these confessions and conversations about everyday life and your finances. So this morning, y'all, I am going to help you when we talk about our finances. We're going to help you talk about how do I work on long-term retirement and have some fun along the way. Don't you want to do that? Work on long-term retirement, right? We work on retirement for the long term because we know that we don't want to retire in poverty. We know we do want to retire, right? We want to retire, but we don't want to retire in poverty. And we also want to build generational wealth. And we also want to have fun in life. We want to be able to experience different things. We want to be able to travel. We want to be able to be there for our kids. We want to be able to do a number of things, right? Any number of things. We want to be able to do those things. So how can we do all of this at the same time with the finances that we currently have, right? So basically, guys, it's about building that foundation in your finances. And I say this all the time, you got to manage it well. It's financial wellness, just like your health. You either pay for it now or you pay for it later. Simple as that, right?
Yep.
So what are the things that you need to put in place now so that you can get to your next? Guys, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it, America's #1. And we will be talking today about those things in investing that are stopping you from moving to your next. Getting past the fact that you now have a budget or you now have a plan for your money. You know what's coming in, what's going out. You've cut everything that you can possibly cut. You're on a roll, but now you're ready to start investing, but you don't know how, right? And you're sort of stopped in your tracks. You're procrastinating because there are certain triggers that you have. And there are 5 triggers that I've talked to you about, and I want to reintroduce those to the conversation today so that we can get past them. We talk about the emotional side, right? Those emotions that are attached to our finances. Tell me that you don't have any emotion attached to your money. Let's do this. If you don't recognize the fact that you have emotion attached to your money, I want you to get some cash out of the ATM, right? get some cash out of the ATM for just that you'll have for the rest of the week. I'm not talking about for the rest of the month. I'm not talking about doing this for the whole year. I'm just talking about the rest of the week. Today is Wednesday. From Wednesday to Friday, just take $100 out. $50, $100, just whatever that amount is, decide this is the amount I'm taking out. Take that $100 out, y'all, and then say that's all that I am going to spend. Watch your reaction change when you get ready to spend that money, right? You'll get it
all the way, Ryan. They're like, oh no, I can't afford that.
This is what happens. You get that 20 out and you be like, man, I don't want to break this 20. Why? Because if you break the 20, you know it's gone, right?
You might well spend it.
You spend it all the way up. So guys, challenge yourself. If you don't recognize the emotions that you have that are attached to your money, challenge yourself to do that just for the rest of the week, $100. Now, let me just say, stop that on Friday, because Saturday you got to go make sure you go shopping for your mom, because Mother's Day is on Sunday, right? You got to appreciate your mom. But take this challenge on just for these next couple of days and see how well you do or how well you do not do, where your emotions come into play with your finances. See, we haven't typically paid attention to the emotional attachment that many of us may have when it comes to our money. But dare I say, if we go back to the quote this morning, if you put your mind right, the rest of everything else, the rest of your life falls into place. So I challenge you today to, first of all, recognize the emotional attachment that you have to your money. And then after you recognize that, now come to some sort of resolution for yourself. Are you okay with that emotional attachment that you have to your finances? Or is this something that's completely mind-blowing for you, earth-shattering, right? You're like, wow, I didn't know I felt that way. And then what are the things that I can now do differently to change that, right? If you have these emotional attachments to your finances, and let me be clear, guys, it does not matter if you make $50,000, $150,000, $1 million or more. Everyone has emotional attachments to their dollars in some shape, form, or fashion. It just depends upon how emotionally attached to it, right, that you are. See, you hear this
That's
all
right.
the time, guys. Money is the root of all evil, but it's not. It's the love of money that's the root of the evil, right? You have more love and attachment to those finances than you should. So now it's time to come to have your come to Jesus moment with you and your money. Huh? Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
True. And I tell you today, guys, so figure out what your emotional attachment is so that you can now face it. Because this gives you some financial accountability for you. That's why, if you have that emotional attachment, that's why you're in debt. That's why you have to continue to rob Peter to pay Paul, right? Because you have not looked at this thing in the right way. Money is a source, right? A resource. Money is simply a resource to be able to get what you need. And I'm not saying, guys, I'm going down a rabbit hole here, but I digress. I gotta hurry up for this morning because I have a co-host that has to get her word in too. So I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. So come back for tomorrow so we can talk about that factor. But what I need you to do is to get this emotional side, right, taken care of in your finances with your money. The other thing, guys, the number 2 thing that challenges us, we want to be prepared for retirement, and we want to even have fun along the way. And I get that. We're human. We see all these other things out here. We were meant to have an abundant life. This was created for us. But yet, some way, it continues to elude us. Why? Because of the emotional attachment. And then the second thing is information overload, y'all. There are so many things, so many opportunities that are out there for us, but we miss them because it's right in front of our face. And like my mom used to say when we were kids, if it were a snake, it would have bitten you, right? It's right there in your face, right? So oftentimes, guys, we have information overload and we haven't taken the opportunities that are now available for us to do the basics. And that's one of the things that I talked about yesterday, guys. Become brilliant at the basics. You cannot become brilliant at the basics if you're not willing to do the bare bones minimum. And the minimum is to do the research and educate yourself and get a financial plan, build that financial foundation, guys. It's as simple as that, but will you do it? That's the question. Will you do it? See, we're talking about, yes, preparing for retirement along the way, but also having some fun along the way, because we're called to have life and to have it more abundantly. All of the stuff, as far as you can see, was created for us to enjoy. But for some reason, shape, form, or fashion, we got into a situation and circumstances, and we've allowed stuff to get in our way, and we've missed the entire point.
Yep.
So what are those things that we need to do? What are those practical steps that we need to take? Guys, that emotional attachment, make sure you recognize that, own it, and change whatever you need to change to make sure that it's not, right? The money is not in your heart. Let's just say that. The love of money, right? Don't let information overload get in your way. There's so many things that we can do out there, y'all, but we got to master the basics first. And until you master the basics, you cannot move forward. Be brilliant at the basics. The problem is, guys, 70% of people will not master the basics. So if you master the basics, you're head and shoulders, right, above the rest. So there are simple things that we can now do and put in place. These are practical steps that we're talking about, guys, that many of us fail to do. And then when we talk about investing, guys, timing is of utmost importance. See, we see all these things happening out there in the markets. We see, one of the things that I've been sharing and that we've been studying has been Amazon, right? In the Make Money Investing group. And we've looked at Amazon. Amazon has been going up and down, and there have been opportunities inside of, those stocks that you can now invest in. But many of us missed it. And I love that some of us shared, I don't understand the timing of this. I don't know when to get in and I don't know when to get out. Why do you not know when to get in and get out? Because, guys, you haven't taken the opportunity to get the basics. Master the basics. See, all of these things are interconnected. And then once you master the basics, you got one more hurdle to get over, and that's fear of risk, fear of loss. You see all of this volatility going on. Things are going up, down, and sideways. And you have to figure out now, what is it that I can do? Guys, it's just like they say for the lottery. You can't win unless you're in it. Right? The same thing in your finances. You cannot win your finances unless you're in it. And what I mean by that, you have to do the deeper dive into your finances. You have to do the deeper dive into investing. You have to do the deeper dive into whatever your goal is. And I hate to borrow from Scandal, but I will. What is your end game, guys? What is it that you ultimately want at the end of the day? See, that's what is going to allow you to be consistent as you move on this journey. But as we talk about it, we're moving towards retirement. Are you planning for your retirement? And are you also having fun along the way? That's the question for today. So look at all of those different opportunities. So you say, Lynn, so how do I do this? Well, you can actually go through and do the research yourself, get the education that you need, and go ahead and start doing it. Or you can join us for the Great Escape Mini. And at the Great Escape Mini, that's our do shop, y'all. That's where we'll be doing all of this. This is where the rubber hits the road. That's where you get in the room, just like you did with your math teacher back in the day. Your math teacher worked those problems out, or your chemistry teacher was working out stoichiometry on the board. They showed you how to do it, right? And then you had to go home and do the homework. Chances are when you got home, you couldn't remember what in the world was I supposed to do. Now, she made it look so easy on the board, but now when I get home, I cannot figure this thing out. See, what we do at the Great Escape Mini is different, guys. I show you how to do it, right? Like the math teacher showed you, but then we actually do it right there in class. We take the opportunity in the room to actually do these things. We go to the actual stocks. We look at the information that's available. What are those different indicators? What are the signs? What are the triggers? What tells me that I need to buy or not buy? How do I work this thing out, right? How do I set up my account? Many of you don't even know how to set up your accounts to go in there and start investing. And then after setting up the account, now what do? I have an account. Now what, Lynn? What do I do? What are the fees and commissions that I'm charged? How do I know whether or not to go in and out? See, guys, I put a series of tools and things together for you that's going to help you do all that. I have spreadsheets that are simple plug and play spreadsheets that you can use for tracking. There's some apps that I'm going to suggest and recommend that you download on your phone. And there's a series of tools that I'm going to give you so you have everything in one place. All right? Everything will be in one place so that you can now make an informed financial decision, guys, that's going to allow you to sleep at night. Why? Because nobody cares about your money more than you do. I don't care what broker you talk to. I don't care what hedge fund manager you talk to. I don't care what financial planner you talk to. The person that cares most about your money is you. Yeah, they care about your money to an extent as to what goes into their pocket. Let me be clear on that. But nobody cares about your money more than you do, except your children, right? So figure out what it is now. What will it take for you to be in that room on June 16th for the Great Escape Mini so that we can do these things together? You've been wanting to invest. You've been thinking about it. You've been mulling over it. You've been coming here. You've been listening to us. You said you're going to do it, but have you done it yet? If you have not, join us June 16th. And then maybe you started and then you stopped, right? You started and then you stopped. You said, I'm going to get in. I'm going to get out. You played double dutch. Remember double dutch back in the day? You waiting on your turn to jump into the ropes, right? And that's what you're doing with the stock. So guys, the most important thing that I want to teach you about when you look at your stocks, it's about a good defense, right? We think about defense you think about it in football or basketball, any of the sports, right? You think about the defense that you have. So what are those things you need to look for? How do I avoid what they call a weak industry? There are strong industries out there right now. Those are the strong things that I should be investing in because they are, those companies have a greater potential to grow. And then what are the weak industries? What are those industries that I should steer clear of and why I should be steering clear of them for now? Because what goes up comes down. There are ebbs and flows in investing just like there are in everything else out there. So at this Do Shop, guys, these are the things that we'll be covering with you. What are those things that I need to be looking for? And how do I know what stocks not to buy? Because you hear all the time the analysts on TV say, oh, this is a great buying opportunity. You need to go out here and buy it. And then everyone goes out there and buys it. And then there's a false up signal. There's a false increase in the price. And then all of a sudden, things go awry and things start to go down fairly quickly. So how do you know what are the look fors? What are the indicators? What are the things you need to recognize and watch out for when you see that? And if you see that happening, how do you protect yourself? See, that's what we'll be doing in the Do Shop. June 16th, the Great Escape Mini. Guys. And the last thing, guys, how do I improve my performance? You improve your performance by this. What gets checked gets done, right? We hear that all the time. You know it for yourself at work. If they give you an assignment and nobody checks up on that assignment, chances are, unless you are just that person who's going to do it regardless, that thing doesn't get done, right? But what gets checked gets done. I'll give you the tools, guys, so that you can now check yourself have an accountability group that you can now go to that's going to say, hey, these are the things that I've done. What did you accomplish, right? Now you have an opportunity to go back and compare notes. And guess what, guys? I'll also take the opportunity to share with you where some of the things I'm invested in. Now, let me say this. This is for educational purposes only, right? I am not telling you what to invest in. I will show you. I can go behind the scenes and show you some of the things I'm investing in. I can go behind the scenes and show you my son's account and how we're investing inside of that account and what it looks like. But I am not in any way, shape, form recommending that you invest in those things just because I have. But there's a reason that I invested in it, I'll say that. Right? So guys, if you are ready, you said I'm ready. I have started, I want to start investing, but I haven't done it. I keep playing double dutch. I'm tired of just going back and forth. I'm ready to get in and play. Join us for the Do Shop. The Great Escape Mini will be in Roswell, Georgia on June 16th. Guys, you have to be there. bit.ly/Great Escape Mini. That is where we're going to go in. That is how we're going to help you to get over the emotional roller coaster that you go on in your finances. That is where we're going to help you to get past this information overload. What are the pieces of information that I need? We're going to master the basics. What are those things that I now need to know and do in order to invest appropriately? We're going to look at time and when do I get in? When do I get out? How do I know, yes, I should buy this, or no, I should not buy this? How do I make that informed decision? Guys, that's what we'll be doing at the Do Shop June 16th in Roswell, Georgia. If you are ready, right? And guys, the beauty of this, what I'll be sharing with you is Amazon stock right now is roughly $1,600. I didn't look at it this morning before the broadcast, but it was roughly $1,600. You don't have to have $1,600 to buy one share of Amazon right now, right? You don't have to have $1,600 to buy that share. You can buy portions of that share with the tools that I share with you. However, if you do have $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 that you are ready to invest, well, you can definitely go in and use these same strategies and techniques to build to your next. See, that's what we're talking about, guys. How do you also build and plan for retirement and also have fun along the way? See, one of the things that I'm doing, guys, and this is the beauty of it, y'all. I am not a Wall Street hedge fund manager. I am not somebody that was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I am not somebody that was brought up in this lavish lifestyle because I had to struggle just like everybody else. We ate mayo and banana sandwiches or tomato sandwiches, because there were times when we didn't have food. We put ketchup on our rice when we didn't have butter. And I get that. So you're not talking to somebody that always had everything in her life. And you're not talking to somebody, you're not listening to somebody who's always had it going on. But I do share with you guys, there are things that we can do. If I did it, you can do it too. That's the story. That's the story. That's what I need you to catch, guys. That's what I need you to catch. So if you're ready, see, Ellen, those are the things I'm going to be teaching. There are some apps out there that allow you to purchase the stocks. Go to stockpile.com, Ellen. Look it up, stockpile.com. They have those apps that are available to us. They have a broker set up within that system already. Go there, create your account. You can start investing there, stockpile.com. Download the app on your phone. It's on both your Apple devices and your Android devices. Or go to your Google Play Store or whatever y'all use over there on those Androids. I don't know. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I know what y'all use. But yes, you can actually buy those. You can buy ETFs, those exchange traded funds. You can buy into index funds. You can buy into individual stocks. You do it through that app. So they have it set up for you. So you don't have to go out here and identify an individual broker. Now, there are opportunities where you can go in and identify, find your own broker to be able to do that. But these stocks have simplified the process. And that's what a lot of us miss.
Mm-hmm.
We have missed that. Because the stock that are now, the apps are available on your devices that allow you to be able to do this. And it has completely simplified the process for the average person. So anybody can get out here and start investing today. That's the point that I'm you. And that broker conversation has been a barrier for many people. Because people will be like, well, how do you find a broker, right? I don't know where to get started. How do you find a broker? Download the app. There's a broker built in. He's already sitting in the app waiting on you, right? There are some fees attached. There's a 99-cent charge for every transaction that you make, but that 99 cents is better than the $6.95 or $4.95 you may pay on other platforms like E-Trade or TD Ameritrade or any of the others that are out there. Guys, the process has been simplified. So get registered is what we'll say today. Great Escape Mini, bit.ly/Great Escape Mini, guys. We hope to see you in the place. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it, America's #1, and I double dog dare you to say that I'm not. All right, I'm going to pass it over to my co-host this morning. I think I'm getting a little bit feisty over here. All right.
That's all right. Hey, that's all right. We got to get the people the information. And guys, you got to get to the basics, and you've got to learn to handle your business, period. Because you got to do what you got to do. And essentially, it boils down to all the information in the world that will do you no good unless you're ready to take action behind it. So you got to be willing to take action. All right, guys. So the fearless thought of the day is, I want to take it serious for a minute, just because in the past 3-4 days, well, past 2 weeks, it's been, and I think Lynn can probably relate to this, there's been a lot of death in my immediate circle. A friend of mine lost both of her parents, and then a good friend of mine from high school passed away, and then a friend of mine's father passed away yesterday, and then I woke up this morning and somebody else's father had passed away. And, you know, I have a sick uncle. And the thing about death is it can make you appreciate life. So my question today is, what is your turning point? Like, what is going to happen in your life that's going to make you turn around and do what you know you're supposed to be doing? What's going to happen? What's going to be the turning point in your life that's going to make you finally admit that everything that you're doing is not all that you want to do with your life? What is going to be the turning point that's going to make you question your journey and make you start another journey? And, you know, we on this Be Fearless journey over here, and it's all about having confessions and conversations. And I had this conversation with Lynn yesterday where death can make you appreciate life, remind you of how precious life is, but it will also remind you it will make you more aware of your time and the things that you need to do and what you really want to achieve. And it'll make you evaluate exactly where you are and what it is that you want to do. So what is your turning point? What is going to happen in your life for you to turn and say, you know what? I don't like this job. I don't like what I'm doing. I'm ready to do something different. What is going to be your turning point to really step out on faith and start another journey to who you really are? Because all the time I say we are learning ourselves on this journey. We are finding ourselves on this Be Fearless journey. So what is going to be your turning point that's going to make you say, hey, Charlene, this ain't where it's at. This ain't it. It got to be somewhere else, but it's not here. So what is going to be your turning point to make you do? What is going to be the urgency that's going to make you do that? What is it going to take for you to turn things around and start being true to your calling, because I think my greatest regret, my greatest fear, not regret, I don't want it to be a regret. My greatest fear is that at 50, I haven't even begun to do the things I wanted to do. And I'm 42, or at 44, I'm still not doing what I want to do. So my challenge to myself, as we are on this fearless journey together, is that how am I going to end 42? How am I going to end this year? Am I going to end it like I started? Or on this fearless journey, is this going to be another turning point? Is this going to be another turning point for me to do something truer to what I am supposed to be doing, or I'm going to stay exactly where I'm going to be doing? Right, Charlene? Because when you stop and think about it, how much time and energy and patience and mind space and emotional space have we put into things, people, places, and jobs that benefited us absolutely nothing, period. And so when are you going to apply that same energy to your situation? Right. And if you feel that way at 38, imagine how I feel at 42. Now, some people may say, hey, JoJo, at least you're doing this, this, and this, and I haven't even done that. That may be true. That doesn't mean that I am willing to stop because I've achieved some things. It just means my dreams actually get bigger, and the bigger your dreams get, the more it's going to force you to say, as then say, double dog dare you to say, are you going to chase after me, or you going to sit here and stay complacent to where you are right now? So today, what is going to be your turning point? What are you going to realize that you put all your energy into that is not, and Trenda's not on, but there's this Bible verse, and I'm going to find it. And it says, and they're talking, but what it says is, why do you work for something that doesn't feed your soul? Why do you do all this work and then you're not happy with it? And when I read that, I was like, oh my goodness. How often, or how many of us are caught up in that? We're working and doing things and it's not serving us and we're not happy about it at all. Right. And Charlene, maybe this is your turning point. So what are you going to do with your turn, or your pivot, as they say? What are you going to do with this pivot or this turning point? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do? Because life is precious. And sometimes people fear death because they think it's the end of life, which is true, but death can also motivate you to realize just how precious life is. And what are you going to do with the minutes and the seconds that you have? You are blessed, my friend, to wake up this morning. And we have the audacity to complain about waking up this morning. We have the audacity to complain that we still have our loved ones, that we can still take care of them. Why would we want to waste time doing that when we could, our time could be better spent doing other things? So what is your turning point? For me, in this season, in this past 3 weeks has been really, really hard with deaths. It seems like on every time I turn, and it's getting closer and closer to home, and it's getting harder and harder to handle. And the intrusion of the truth is becoming overwhelming, meaning it is taking over my space where I'm now having to confront what it is that I want to do. What next level am I willing to take it to? So as we walk this fearless journey together, where we having confessions and conversations, this is my turning point. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I have all of you guys as my accountability partner. So we're going to see where this thing is going to take me. If you don't step out, if you don't start, you will never do. If you don't try, you will never do. Trying is the first step to doing. So eventually you're going to have to try something, because if you can't talk about it and not be about it, because then you're just wasting your own breath and your own time and energy. Right. So today, think about that. I know that's a serious thought, but what is your turning point? What is it going to take for you to turn? In the Bible, it says, you've been here long enough, turn and go north. What is it going to take for you to turn and go north, go up? What is it going to take for you to move past where you are right now to achieve that secret inner desire and dream that you know you've been called to do? Right, Charlene? because my friend Geraldine passed away 42 years old. 42, 3 children and some grandchildren. Perfect health. 1 minute, next minute, she's on her deathbed. And you don't wish that on anybody, but it is an eye opener about what it is we take for granted every single day, every day. So today, don't take life for granted. Let's go out here and live life with expectancy, with urgency, that, you know, you got things to do and it is only you that can accomplish them, period. So I encourage you today. What's the day? Wednesday? This is Hump Day Wednesday. So this is your motivational and Hump Day Wednesday all rolled up into one. What is going to be your turning point? Yeah, I can't believe she, and you know, me and Geraldine, everybody thought we looked alike. We ran track together, high school. We were in a lot of, you know, we hung out together. So she was my friend. And, you know, it's hard to grasp that concept. But think about it this way. Is it not even a harder concept to grasp that you're not living up to your ability? Because that eats at your soul. That's a harder concept, because that's a harder concept for me to grasp. It woke me up this morning. It was with me when I went to sleep last night. What am I willing to do to stop living like that? What am I taking for granted? What is it going to take for me to do the turning point? So that is my fearless thought for today. Guys, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I've been enjoying our show and sharing this great information. And I hope we've given you some thought-provoking things to think about so that you know where you need to go in your next steps, or at least make you think about what your next steps should be so that you can start making some things happen. All right, guys, remember to share the video. Leave our comments. If you have comments or questions for any of us, please let us know. Again, that is our YouTube channel. So if your friends and family do not have Facebook, you can always share our YouTube channel and they can binge watch the Fearless Morning Show and help get them started on the Be Fearless journey. Don't forget, June 16th, we will be at the Circle and Moon in Roswell. I'm so excited. Y'all don't even know. Although Lynn is she can articulate way more excitement than I do. I think she might be coming in there doing cartwheels and dances by the end of it. But I am just as excited, so I can't wait to see you guys. Make sure I pinned it.
Don't say that for the outdoor. We'll say that for the outdoor.
For the outdoor event. There you go. There you go. I pinned the link so you guys can take a look there. Please share that with your friends and family. Bring a girlfriend with you so that you guys can get, because you need a buddy. And you need a buddy who's on the same track as you, that wants to achieve the same things as you. And you got to come ready to do the work. Make sure you share the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, so in case you miss Facebook, you can go over and binge watch on YouTube as well. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful Wednesday. Anything else, Lynn, before we close out?
I just wanted to go back real quickly, JoJo. Your verse you were looking for was Isaiah 55:2. Why work hard for something that doesn't satisfy you? Go back and read that.
When I tell you I love Isaiah, I love the book of Isaiah. Let me tell y'all, if y'all ever see my Bible, go back and read the whole. I'm an Old Testament person, but the book of Isaiah changed your life. I'm trying to tell you. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate you. So, hey, what is it we're gonna do differently today? Who's on this journey with me? Lynn and I walking it out, dog, and we're sharing these confessions and conversations every day about our life and our finances and how we making it work. So I suggest you guys join us June 16th to get some behind the scenes things that we do every day to make it happen. Make it happen. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful day. We'll see you here bright and early. I hope tomorrow I'm able to rotate a phone or something. So I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but that's okay. We're going to be great regardless. All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you bright and early in the morning. Have a good one.
Signing off.